Last video for today, guys. I'm going to be talking about another fight that's going to be on that main card of UFC 259. It's definitely going to be a barn burner with this one. I'm talking about Aleksandar Rakic, 13-2 versus Mareta the Sledgehammer, Thiago Santos, who's 21-8 in his career. The 37-year-old versus a 29-year-old, so obviously the new generation coming up with the UFC, and Aleksandar Rakic versus the veteran himself, Thiago Santos. Obviously, he's just being the who's who of the UFC middleweight division and also of the UFC light heavyweight division himself. And then you also got Aleksandar Rakic, who's won against many guys in the UFC light heavyweight division. He beat Jimmy Manama with a thunderous flying knee. He beat Justin Ledet. He beat Anthony Smith. He's beaten all these guys, all these guys that have a lot of experience under their belts. And he did beat Devin Clark as well. So both these guys have a good amount of wins in the UFC light heavyweight division. When it comes to this fight, Aleksandar Rakic is going to have a 2H reach advantage. His reach is 78 inches. Thiago Santos is 76 inches. But will that really be a key factor when it comes to this fight? Because both these guys are packing a lot of power. Both these guys can finish off a lot of people. If you guys remember, the last loss for the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jan Blachowicz, was against Thiago Santos. He got knocked out by Thiago Santos in the Czech Republic, in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. So obviously, Thiago still has a lot of power. He's riding a 2-fight losing streak. He got submitted by Glover Teixeira in the third round of their fight, and then before that, he lost in the 5-round war against John Jones. He tore literally everything in one of his knees, every single ligament in one of his knees, and he had to get reconstructive knee surgery and literally had to learn how to walk all over again. So Thiago still has a good amount of rust left, and he wasn't able to shake all of it off against this fight with Glover Teixeira, which resulted in that submission loss. But he's coming in here trying to make a statement for himself that he's still not done. He still has plenty more years left in the tank, and that he will be able to beat Aleksandar Rakic, who's still a young guy. He's 29 years old. He isn't even 30 yet. But like I said, these guys are two tanks that are packing a lot of firepower. I believe that someone is going to sleep during this fight. And if you ask me, experience is going to be key, which is what Thiago Santos has. When it comes to power, both these guys are pretty much equal. When it comes to fighter IQ, I'm definitely going to give it to Aleksandar Rakic because he pulled off a good amount of it during his fight with Anthony Smith. He just kept on hitting Anthony Smith with a lot of calf kicks, which basically mobilized his movement and it really hindered his movement a lot, and he was able to get him down on the floor. Anthony Smith, who is a BJJ black belt, and he was able to take the fight to him on the ground, and Anthony Smith didn't really have an answer for that at all, and he was able to dominate Anthony Smith during the course of 3 rounds. It wasn't a 5-round fight because the main event of the fight card that they were on fell through, and they took that main event spot with very limited time left, so they decided to go with a 3-round main event fight, and he demolished Anthony Smith. Not a lot of people can really do that to Anthony Smith, but like I said, Aleksandar Rakic is a very special individual. He's an individual that has a lot of power, but will that power be enough to match Thiago Santos' power? His nickname is the Sledgehammer for a reason, because of the power that he packs. But I believe if the fight does go to the ground, I'm going to give it to Aleksandar Rakic just because of everything that he was being able to display in this last fight. And then if he really wants to get this one, he can possibly be able to get it done via submission if he does take from Glover Teixeira's blueprint on how to beat Thiago Santos. Obviously, if I'm Thiago, pressure. Every single time that Thiago pressures his opponents make extremely big mistakes, which leads to them getting knocked out. If I'm also Thiago, get this fight against the fence and just absolutely brutalize Aleksandar Rakic. Go in there, hit him with some elbows, because Thiago Santos, his specialty is Muay Thai. He likes to use his elbows. He likes to use his kicks. He likes to use his fist. And both these guys are definitely going to look forward to the leg kicks. So expect there to be leg kicks. Expect there to be some knees. Expect there to be some elbows and knees inside of the clinch. And if I'm Aleksandar Rakic, he's thinking about that injured knee. He's thinking about going with that quad kick, which has injured the knee of multiple fighters in the past. Darren Till had his knee messed up because of those quad kicks, and then the last fighter to have his knees messed. Actually, no, he wasn't the only one. It was Darren Till, and also Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy's knees got pretty messed up because of those quad kicks that Darren Till put on him as well. So obviously, if I'm Aleksandar Rakic, I'm going to want to utilize those quadricep kicks because the quadriceps, like I said in my last video, is the muscle on top of the knee. So obviously, when you hit that muscle on top of the knee, it's not only going to wear on that muscle, but it's also going to damage the knee at the same time. And if I'm Thiago Santos, I'm thinking to myself, this guy, he's going to want to kick my knees because I just had surgery on it, and I literally had to reconstruct everything from having everything torn in my last fight against John Jones. So this guy's going to be wanting to come after me. So if I were Thiago Santos, get your knee out of there as fast as possible and fight with the leg that's fresh. Fight with the leg that you didn't have surgery on. So obviously he's probably going to lead with the leg that he didn't have surgery on, the fresher leg, and the leg that he had his surgery on is going to be his trailing leg, which is going to be in the back if he's definitely going to fight like that, which is the smart way because Rakic is going to come in there with the leg kicks. When it comes to the BJJ, I gotta give it to Thiago Santos. I believe Thiago Santos' BJJ is very underrated, and I believe that he will be able to exploit it if the fight goes to the ground. But I just think this fight is going to be standing up primarily the whole entire time because both these guys like to do their fighting on the feet. They like to get their opponents out of there pretty fast. And Aleksandar Rakic hasn't had a finish in a while. Like I said, his last fight was against Anthony Smith, and he get a finish right there. His last loss was against Volkan. No, his last loss was against Volkan Oezdemir, and that was a decision loss. And he's been doing good ever since. Like I said, the last finish that he's had was against Jimmy Manuwa, which was that thunderous flying knee. Would he be able to pull that off against Thiago Santos? I don't know, because Thiago's another fighter that knocked out Jimmy Manuwa. Jimmy Manuwa is just that type of fighter that basically gets knocked out, which is why he's retired for his own good and for his own health. But when it comes to this fight, who is going to win? I think that Thiago Santos is going to put his experience to the max, and I believe that he's going to come in there with a new game plan. He's definitely going to be cool, calm, and collected, because that's what you've been able to see out of him for the past couple of fights, except for his last one against Glover Teixeira. He was trying to take Glover out of there, and he ended up gassing out. When it comes to the gas tank, I got to give it to Aleksandar Rakic because I've barely ever seen him gas out in all of his fights so far in the UFC, and he definitely has a lot to fight for. He's obviously fighting for his country. He's fighting out of Austria. UFC really isn't popular in Austria, and he's trying to popularize that sport of mixed martial arts in his home country. Thiago Santos doesn't really have to do that because Brazil's the most popular sport next to soccer when it comes to the most popular sports in all of Brazil. Brazil being one of the largest countries in the whole entire world. Austria is just a very small country in Europe, so obviously Rakic has a lot to fight for. He's fighting for his country. He's going to be fighting with the flag in his corner and with his cornermen as well. They're also from Europe helping him out. And it's going to be a very interesting fight. I think this is going to be fireworks. And I believe that this fight is definitely going to steal fight of the night, or at least be a canon for the fight of the night, because like I said, there's 3 title fights in there. And it's going to be hard to steal fight of the night from those 3 title fights, if those 3 title fights actually deliver. So I really like this matchup a lot. This matchup is a sleeper matchup, and I believe that someone will be going to sleep. And I believe Thiago is going to put Aleksandar Rakic to sleep for the first time in his whole entire career. And Thiago's going to be back on the map, and hopefully he will be able to get another title shot by 2022. I don't think he's going to get it this year, but there is a very close possibility that he could be facing the winner of Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya, because as we all know, Jan Blachowicz wants that fight back. He wants to run it back with Thiago Santos. He wants to prove to the world that that knockout was a fluke, even though it pretty much wasn't, because he did get overzealous. He did get a little sloppy. He ran in to a right hand from Thiago Santos and got knocked out pretty fast in their second round. So obviously that's a fight that I would very much look forward to if that does happen in the future. But all these fighters need to take care of their business on Saturday night from UFC Apex facility in Las Vegas, Nevada. The lights are going to be very bright, and I just wish there could have been a crowd for this fight card, because if there was, everybody would have went crazy. It's insane, but COVID's supposed to be over by the beginning of June. UFC is trying to get fans back by midsummer, so hopefully it'll be a whole lot sooner than that. But I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I'm going with Thiago Santos. It's going to be a knockout, and I think that knockout is going to be coming in the second round. I believe that first round is going to be a little bit of a feeling out process for both these fighters. And then I believe the fireworks are going to begin in that second round, and someone's going to sleep, and it's going to be Aleksandar Rakic. I believe the pressure from Thiago Santos is going to be too much. And when it comes to power, I believe that Thiago Santos has more power, which is why they call him Marreta, which is Portuguese for the sledgehammer, and he will get that job done. He will get another W back on his record after experiencing a 2-fight skid, and hopefully he'll get that win and then get one of those top guys in the top 3 very, very soon. Appreciate you guys for watching this video. Enjoy the fights this week, like I keep on saying. I might do 1 or 2 more videos before this fight week officially begins, which will be on Saturday. So I'll probably get maybe 2 more videos done before Saturday, most likely on Thursday, because I don't feel like posting anything tomorrow or on Friday, because these videos can take pretty long sometimes. But like I said, I appreciate you guys for watching the videos. As always, if you guys think that Rakic is going to win, and who do you guys think that the winner of this fight is going to be, and who they might fight in the future, drop some comments below. Let me know. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, just so you guys know when I'm going to be posting a video in the future. Appreciate you guys once again. God bless. Stay safe. And this COVID's going to be over soon. Promise me. Later, guys.